everyone, and welcome to Psychology Snippets. National Puppy Day is March 23rd, and in honor of our furry canine friends, today's Psychology Snippets will be talking about dogs. I'll be talking about other animals in future Psychology Snippets, but today will primarily be about dogs. I wanted to also introduce you to my novel, Buried Deep in Our Hearts, and it talks about our connection that we have with our animals, celebrates this connection, and it has a dog, a cat, and a horse storyline in it. It also has discussion questions and also resources for after you lose a pet. And I'll be doing a future psychology snippet on grief. It can be found on Amazon in a paperback or a Kindle form. So check it out. So those of you who have dogs know that our connection with dogs is very, very strong. They are amazing beings, and now there's an area called canine neuroscience that's looking to see what's going on in the brains of dogs. Can they really distinguish our voice? Are they really understanding the words that we're saying? And what they're finding in canine neuroscience the answers to those questions, both of those questions, is yes. They can tell the difference between words and the intonation, and they can even understand and are receptive to what our emotions and feelings are. So when we have a connection with the dog, they're really able to understand and feel what we're feeling many times. Now I'm going to be talking in generalizations here. You might have had a dog or an experience with a dog that doesn't fit this, but generally speaking, this is what they're finding. They're also finding that in situations, dogs can understand some nonverbal communication as well, such as pointing at something, and if you think about pointing, there's a lot that goes into that. I'm actually communicating by pointing without saying any words, a full sentence or a full concept, and some dogs are able to do this. So today's question has to do with our connection about once we're petting an animal, particularly a dog. So true or false? The same chemical reaction is occurring within the dog that is occurring with us when we pet an animal. So in other words, when we're petting our animal, the same chemical reaction that's happening within the dog is actually being mirrored in us. True or false? So the answer to this is true, yes. And the reason for this, the oxytocin. And this is the bonding hormone. And anytime that a mother is nursing her child, when you are petting an animal, oxytocin is being released in them and also in us. And this is the chemical that makes us feel more calm. This is kind of the balance to cortisol. And cortisol is a chemical that's released anytime we're under stress. So the oxytocin is kind of a yin to the yang. So now we know there's an actual neuroscientific biological explanation as to why we love to be with our dogs and spend time with them. Plus, they're so squishy and so sweet and just amazing, amazing beings. Thank you for joining me on this episode of Psychology Snippets. Be sure to check out my book, Buried Deep in Our Hearts, available on Amazon, and feel free to leave a review if you're so inclined. See you next time, and be sure to give your dog an extra special hug. Take care. Bye.